Last time we talked about contentment and how wisdom wants us to be content and be able to say enough is enough and not have to always be chasing after more. But what we didn't discuss was what is underneath that desire for more, and that is greed. Greed is a strong desire for wealth and money. As a matter of fact, greed is called idolatry in the book of Colossians because it is so strong and so powerful it can become something we worship. And that's the real issue when it comes to greed. It has to do with what we value. I used to do a little experiment with the students I taught when I taught at a Christian school. And I would ask them, so you've heard that money is just a piece of paper, right? And they would all go, yeah, it's just a piece of paper. There's nothing to it. And I go, well, I think that's a lie. I don't think it's just a piece of paper. And they go, yes, it is. It's just paper. And then I would hold up a single sheet of paper, 8.5 by 11, in one hand. And I would hold up some money in the other hand. And I would say, if I was to invite you up to take one of these pieces of paper, which piece of paper are you going to take? And even the most obnoxious of kids would have to admit that they would take the money. Why is that? It's because the money has the value. The piece of paper doesn't have the value. It isn't a value that we attach to it, certainly, but it's a value. And this is the problem with wealth and money, is it has a value to us. And it's not just the value printed on the actual piece of paper, but it's what it can do for us, the life that it can give for us. But Proverbs says we got to be careful about that. We got to keep that in check because greed is like drinking salt water. It just leaves you thirsty. And that's what greed does to the soul. It just leaves you wanting more and more and more. As a matter of fact, Proverbs 28:22 says the greedy are in a hurry to get wealth, but it never comes to them. And then Proverbs 23:5 says that you shouldn't chase after wealth, you shouldn't chase after money, because it makes wings and it flies away. And just when you think you got it, just when you think it's there, just when you think all your pursuits are going to get what you want, it's not there. And so we have to deal with that desire to acquire, that deep-seated desire. Jesus says we should do that by seeking treasure in heaven, not treasure on earth, that we should completely readjust our focus, because that is the answer to greed. Not just a slap on the wrist saying, bad, 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 we shouldn't want all those things. But instead to say, no, there's something else we should be chasing. There's something else we should be seeking. There's something else, and that's the kingdom of God and the treasure that comes with living the life according to that kingdom and those values rather than the value of money.